of blockbusters for round 3, because I'm not at blockbusters for a bit. So I thought I'd chuck some blockbusters in for you. But we start, as we always do, with a picture round, 10 random pictures of all kinds of stuff, starting with something that when Beck was putting them together ready for social media a little while ago, she went, I never knew that. Here's number 1. What would you expect to find near this sign? Like I said, every day's a school day. So what would you expect to find near this sign? Oh, and Julie as well. Sorry, I nearly missed you. Number 2, name the country. It was great having that spreadsheet. Again, thank you very much for that, Jonathan, because I sort of looked through, cross-referenced, and realised which ones I haven't done yet. Yeah, so name the country for number 2. Number 3, name the brand. So, name the brand for number 3. Picture number 4, name the musical from this picture. Are you sticking your finger up at me or trying to get... Number 5. What is this wonder of the world called? Wet, I would assume, but what is this wonder of the world called? Number 6. Who is this? If you are joining us for the first time, don't panic if these are going a bit too quick or you wanted more time. They do go up on Twitter and Instagram in the break. So who is this for number 6? Number 7. With which brand would you associate this character? So with which brand would you associate this character? Number 8. Who is this? So who is this for number 8? Oh, there we go. Number 9. Name the Disney princess from this picture. So name the Disney princess from this picture. And finally, number 10. What are these called? So what are these called? So entertainment then, there we go. Entertainment then. 10 randoms, TV, music, film, all across the decades, etc. Oh no, sorry, I'll tell you about that. Right. Number 1. In which animated musical would you find the songs Arabian Nights and One Jump Ahead? So in which animated musical would you find the songs Arabian Nights and One Jump Ahead? Number 2, the phrase starter for 10 comes from which quiz show? So the phrase starter for 10 comes from which quiz show? Number 3, how many hours away is Tulsa, according to the title of Gene Pitney's hit? Tulsa. So how many hours away is Tulsa, according to the title of Gene Pitney's hit? No idea where he was in the world. According to Chandler Bing, it wasn't that far. Well, it's still a few hours. Number 4, the 1987 movie La Bamba was a biographical piece on which rock and roll star? So the 1987 movie La Bamba was a biographical piece on which rock and roll star? Number 5, what is the name of the place the Flintstones live? So what is the name of the place the Flintstones live? Yabba dabba doo. Number 6, who is the fastest milkman in the West? So who is the fastest milkman in the West? Number 7, which actor links the movies Dr. Dolittle, US Marshals, Sherlock Holmes, and Iron Man? So which actor links the movies Dr. Dolittle, US Marshals, Sherlock Holmes, and Iron Man? Number 8, name the TV show from these lyrics. Making good use of the things that we find are things that everyday folk leave behind. So name the TV show from these lyrics. Making good use of the things that we find, things that the everyday folk leave behind. My knee just cracked. Number 9, rapper Wiley sung about which I knew that was going to happen. Rapper Wiley sung about which watch brand in 2007? I wrote this question earlier. I was like, that's going to cause a tongue twister. So rapper Wiley sung about which watch brand in 2007? And number 10. What was the name of the bus in the musical The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert? So what was the name of the bus in the musical The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert? So we'll finish off then with 10 blockbuster style questions. They're not like blockbuster movies. They're what you would see in the good old TV series. Those style of questions. So 10 of them. Some of them are one letter, and then towards the end, some of them are like the Gold Run ones. Let's start with this. Number 1. What sea is famous for Lady Godiva's fabled naked ride on a horse? So what sea is famous for Lady Godiva's fabled naked ride on a horse? Number 2, what G is thrown down to challenge someone? It's like the oldie, but it's still a phrase. What G is thrown down to challenge someone? Question 3. Question 3. What O is a bet considered with really long odds? What O is a bet considered with really long odds? I'm not quite sure I've worded that right, but I think you'll get the gist of what I'm trying to get at. Number 4. What A was a vessel built by Noah? Done one of these a couple of hours ago, but what A was a vessel built by Noah? Number 5. What S is a device used to destroy documents? So what S is a device used to destroy documents? Number 6. What TS is a pen said to be mightier than? So what TS is a pen said to be mightier than? Number 7, what SIT is said to save 9? So what SIT is said to save 9? Number 8, what IT is added onto the end of a game of football? So what IT is added on to the end of a game of football? Two to go. Number 9, what BCC is a way to hide recipients in an email? So what BCC is a way to hide recipients in an email? And finally, number 10, what DD? What DD is a way to pay bills every month? Can't wait to see the quiz jockey answers on that. So what DD is a way to pay bills every month? There you go. That's your first 30 questions of this evening. So general knowledge to finish. But before we do that, let's see how you did for the first part of the quiz. So, number 1. What would you expect to find near this sign? That is a fire hydrant. And saying that every day is a school day, the numbers do actually mean something. So from memory, I think it'll be if you turned your back to that sign and walked 4 foot, you'd find where the hydrant is. And then I think it's like 44 clicks down or something before you'd find it. So yeah, they do actually mean something. Number 2, name the country. That is Armenia. Number 3, name the brand. That is Kellogg's. Number 4, name the musical. It is Chicago. Number 5, what is this wonder of the world called? That is Victoria Falls. Victoria. Well, the picture is Victoria Falls. I can't say for definite whether or not Niagara Falls has been listed as one of the wonders of the world, but I know Victoria Falls has, and that's the picture of Victoria Falls. Number 6, who is this? That is Phil Collins. Number 7, with which brand would you associate this character? It is Lurpak. Number 8, who is this? That is Cristiano Ronaldo. Number 9, name the Disney princess. That is Belle. And number 10, what are these called? They are called cheese strings. Controversial opinion, I prefer the Dairylea ones to the whatever the brand cheese strings those are. I prefer the Dairylea ones, they taste nicer. Entertainment answers. Number 1. In which animated musical would you find the songs Arabian Nights and One Jump Ahead? It is Aladdin. One jump ahead of the back. Number 2, the phrase starter for 10 comes from which quiz show? It is University Challenge. Number 3, how many hours away is Tulsa, according to the title of Gene Pitney's hit? It is 24. It's only 24 hours from Tulsa. Number 4, the 1987 movie La Bamba was a biographical piece on which rock and roll star. It was Richie Valens. La, 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 bamba. I don't know if that's from the song. What is the name of the place the Flintstones live? It is Bedrock. Number 6, the fastest milkman in the West is Ernie. If you ever want to get a karaoke crowd going, just put that in, because you don't really need to sing any sort of odd notes, and it gets everyone singing. Number 7, which actor links the movies Dr. Dolittle, US Marshals, Sherlock Holmes, and Iron Man? It is Robert Downey Jr. There should be an E in that, but never mind. Told you, can't spell for toffee. Number 8, name the TV show from these lyrics. Making good use of the things that we find, things that the everyday folk leave behind. It is the Wombles. Uncle Bulgaria. Number 9, rapper Wiley sung about which watch brand in 2007? It was Rolex. The song was Wearing My Rolex. And number 10, the answer was in the question. What was the name of the bus in the musical The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert? It was Priscilla. In fact, actually, the full name was Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, is what they named the bus. But yeah, it was The Adventures of the Bus. And your blockbusters then. Number 1, what sea is famous for Lady Godiva's fabled naked ride on a horse? It's Coventry. Number 2, what G is thrown down to challenge someone? It's a gauntlet. You throw down the gauntlet. That's the popular phrase. Number 3, what O is a bet considered with really long odds? It's an outsider. Number 4, what A was a vessel built by Noah? It was an ark. And for about an hour earlier, I thought we were going to need one. I was aquaplaning on the road. What S is a device used to destroy documents? It is a shredder. What TS is a pen said to be mightier than? It's the sword, not Taylor Swift. I do like where you were going with that. But the sword. Taylor pen is mightier than Taylor Swift. Number 7, what? I probably laughed too hard. What SIT is said to save 9? It's a stitch in time. So stitch in time saves 9. Number 8, what IT is added on to the end of a game of football? It is injury time. Number 9, what BCC is a way to hide recipients in an email? It's blind carbon copy. And number 10, what DD is a way to pay bills every month? It is direct debit. I thought there might have been some funnier answers for that one, but never mind. So, how are you getting on? 30 points on the table for you so far this evening. How are you doing? Is anyone on for a possible 50 out of 50 so far this evening? Top scores up, and then we'll get into it. Connections round still to come, and a general knowledge. I really like your connections round tonight. Go. Number 1, what is missing from this list? Crackle and pop. Anyone gets this off of number 1? Yeah, I can't say much more because I give clues away. But number 1, what is missing from this list? Crackle and pop. Number 2, a block of wax with a central wick is known as a what? So a block of wax with a central wick is known as a what? Remember, as always, when you think you've got the connection, don't tell us what it is. Just let us know when you think you've got it. I know when I think everyone will start to get it tonight. Number 3. What is the name given to a young male domestic goat? Meh. Oh, it's a young... Meh. There we go. What is the name given to a young male domestic goat? Meh. At least my goat impressions are better than my Sean Connery ones. Yes. Number 4. What name is given to the 10-cent US currency coin? What name is given to the 10-cent US currency coin? Number 5. Remember, hang on. Oh, it might be the right amount of letters. To be without or not have enough of something, someone is said to what it? That is the right amount of letters as well. To be without or not have enough of something, someone is said to what it? Number 6. What was the colour of the Beatles' submarine? We all live. So what was the colour of the Beatles' submarine? Number 7. Complete the 2009 animated comedy Cloudy with a chance of what? So complete the 2009 animated comedy Cloudy with a chance of what? Number 8. Something that comes in many separate pieces ready to assemble is known as what? Generic term, don't overthink it. Something that comes in many separate pieces ready to assemble is known as what? Number 9. By which is the largest Scandinavian country by population? So not size or area, by population. Which is the largest Scandinavian country by population? Finally, number 10. What links all of those answers together? Some of you have got it. I'm going to say, no doubt, some of you are overthinking it. Everything you need is there in those answers to link them all together. They all have a common theme. What is it? What links them all together? So finally, we finish off as we always do with general knowledge. It's what everyone else calls general knowledge, but we don't like that around here. We call it general knowledge. 10 random questions. I don't think I put any current affairs in, but I've forgotten now. Number one, Snoopy's yellow. No, I didn't actually. Snoopy's yellow bird friend is called what? So Snoopy's yellow bird friend is called what? I should have changed one of those questions. It made the connection too obvious in the end. Number two, in Trivial Pursuit, what category is represented by yellow in the original game? So in Trivial Pursuit, what category is represented by yellow in the original game? The reason I say original game is because there's so many variations and yellow pops up with different categories, but the majority of them all have this category in yellow. Number three, which animal was the mascot for Toys R Us? It's called Toys R Us, Toys R Us, Toys R Us. Came up as an advert on Facebook for a Toys R Us. Well, it was an advert and he took me to a Toys R Us website in what looked like China. They buy the brand name for it all. Number four, complete the advertising slogan. Do you love anyone enough to give them your last? So complete the advertising slogan. Do you love anyone enough to give them your last? They're propping up my microphone. That's what I'm giggling about. They're propping up my microphone at the moment. Number five, in which decade was the first music festival held at Worthy Farm? For those of you who don't have me on mute, you can have a bit of a hint. It wasn't always called Glastonbury Festival. That's why I've had to put Worthy Farm, because it had just got confusing. So in which decade was the first music festival held at Worthy Farm? Number six, Concorde was a joint venture between Britain and which other nation? So Concorde was a joint venture between Britain and which other nation? Number seven, in which track and field event do competitors use a device measuring between 10 foot and 17 foot? That big and that big. So in which track and field event do competitors use a device measuring between 10 foot and 17 foot? Number eight, on which planet in the solar system would you find the tallest mountain? Which planet in the solar system would you find the tallest mountain? Planet. Number nine, guacamole originates from which country? So guacamole originates from which country? And your final question for this evening. That's not the right amount of letters, I'll tell you that now. Complete the saying. look after the pennies, and the what will look after themselves. Thank you to my good friend Damon, who keeps saying this. Complete the saying, look after the pennies, and the what will look after themselves. I know what's going on. Oh, nine questions. Question 10, what link? This has stumped a few of you. Some of you have gone through it and some of you have, yeah, so this has stumped a few of you, which is quite pleasing. Number 1, what is missing from this list? Crackle and pop. It is snap. Now this is the one, this one, if you, unless you really know, you wouldn't have got the link off this. Number 2, a block of wax with a central wick is known as a what? It's candle. Number 3, what is the name given to a young male domestic goat? It's Billy. Meh. So yeah, Billy. Number 4. Now, yeah, there are going to be people who, Beck pointed this out to me just after, and to be honest, I've got one here. But what name is given to the 10-cent US currency coin? It's a dime. Now, that's what I was going for, because I always pronounce them as dime. I know it's spelled slightly differently, but we do this with the connection round occasionally. But I've always known them as dime bars, but apparently some people pronounce them as dame bars as well. Number 5, to be without or not have enough of something, someone is said to lack it. As in lack shelves. Number 6, what was the colour of the Beatles submarine? Yellow. Number 7, complete the 2009 animated comedy Cloudy with a Chance of, it is Meatballs. Number 8, something that comes in many separate pieces ready to assemble is known as a what? It is flat pack. Number 9, which is the largest Scandinavian country by population? It is Sweden. So if you put all those together, what links them all together? It is IKEA. The everyday IKEA. Yeah, candles. I can't go into IKEA without buying a candle, even if I've only gone to measure something. Then you had some of the names. So Snap. I went through the whole catalogue earlier on. Seeing some really nice things on there while I was on there. But yeah, so Snap is a range of kitchen bins and kitchen utensils and stuff. You had the Billy furniture, the Lack shelving units that they do, and then the other things that you'd associate them with, like dime bars, meatballs, etc. There you go. IKEA. General knowledge then. Number 1, Snoopy's yellow bird friend is called what? It is Woodstock. And number 2, in Trivial Pursuit, which category is represented by yellow in the original game? It's history. Thank you, Ken, for backing me up on the pronunciation. Number 3, which animal was the mascot for Toys R Us? It is giraffe. Number 4, complete the advertising slogan. Do you love anyone enough to give them your last Rolo? And genuinely, my microphone is being propped up by 4 packets of Rolos at the moment because I've slightly broken the stand on it, so I needed something to prop it up. Number 5, in which decade was the first music festival held at Worthy Farm? It was the 70s, 1970 to be precise. I did have the name of it written down as well. I don't know where my notepad is. But yeah, it was something blues festival, blues, rock, etc. and pop. Number 6, Concorde was a joint venture between Britain and France. And which other nation? Birmingham. A little bit out there, guys. Number 7, in which track and field event do competitors use a device measuring between 10 foot and 17 foot? It is pole vault. Number 8, on which planet in the solar system would you find the tallest mountain? It's Mars. Takes up spots of about 3 or 4, and from what I remember, Mars, the tallest mountain and tallest peak on Mars is twice the height of anything on Earth. Don't quote me on that. Number 9, guacamole originates from Mexico. And your final question of the evening was this. Complete the saying. Look after the pennies and the pounds will look after themselves. So look after the pennies and the pounds look after themselves. Look after the pennies and the children will look after themselves. There we go. That is all of your questions for this 9th of September. Tiebreaker coming up in just a second. So I'll let you get yourself, just tot your scores up and see how you're getting on. Remember, tiebreaker is, as always, nearest to it gets the point. Not been to IKEA for ages. Daren't go in there, but I do need some more candles. So, right, your tiebreaker question is this. What is the fastest ever miles per hour recorded at the Indy 500? Now, this is to the nearest miles per hour because there's a decimal point in it. It's dot something. So I've rounded it to the nearest miles per hour. So what is the fastest ever miles per hour recorded at the Indy 500? Ooh, well done to Team Beard, who are 50 out of 50. Well done, guys. Okay, before anyone else gets a chance to ask, here is your answer in 3, 2, 1. 236. So it's 236.1 something twice recurring or whatever. But yeah, 236 miles per hour.